Hi, I'm getting ready to start right now. Let me go into all messages. There we go. I'm just waiting for the 6 o'clock to show up. That's my time. I'm in Central Time. And then I'll get started. Hi, Susie. Yay, Illinois. Hey, Melissa. Hi, Irma. Hi, Dawn. Soggy Southern California. Oh, bummer. It was sunny here today, but it was cold. I got up this morning. It was 22 degrees. So there's that. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for coming. Couple more minutes and we'll get started. I hope everybody's day was okay. I took a half a vacation day today because, well, I got my Happy Mail and I wanted to prep for this video because I've been planning it. I've just been waiting. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Sharon. About one more minute. Of course, my thing is delayed. All right, 6 o'clock, here we go. So, first of all, let me make a disclaimer. No one is sponsoring this video. I purchased all these with my hard-earned cash, all of it, everything. Not a thing here was free. So, I'm not here to sell anything. And I wanted people to know that right off the bat because you see even me, I'm on design teams and I do designing for, different companies. And at that point, they give me a free product and I demonstrate it. But in this case, this is me doing me. And what I have here is, first of all, I want to know that we're on an even playing field. This is Bristol Smooth cardstock, okay? I'm using the same cardstock for every product. I am going to be using oxides. Now, it's recommended that you have one for oxide, one for inks, but I can't do a fair comparison that way. So I'll be doing oxides, and then I'll decide which ones to clean for my dye inks. Hi, Mike. Hi, Rhonda. That's really sweet, baby. Anyway, so what I have, first of all, these were invented by Lisa at Local King Rubber Stamps, and she calls them magic mushrooms. And I did not spell it out in the description because Nancy's been getting all kinds of bots from her last night's video. Hi, Star. And we think it's because the word magic mushrooms, so I left it out of the description on purpose, but these are magic mushrooms. Okay. These are makeup sponges from Amazon, the cheapest I could find, okay? The cheapest. And these are Lavinia blenders. So they're designed, and I do only use these for ink, but I'm going to do them with oxide tonight just to be fair. And these are new from Picket Fence Studios. And they're, let me find a clean one here because I've used them already. I want to compare some that weren't even used. And I'm going to start off just with kind of what I feel, okay? And so if you look at these, they look pretty much identical. These look a little puffier. And you know what? They are a little puffier. And when I say that, I mean, if I press my finger down on the surface here, this is squishier than this. This is firmer. Okay, and so when you see people demonstrating these, they don't talk about getting them moist at all, okay? And they are described as pouncers, so they're not designed to blend, they're designed to pounce. These are designed to pounce, blend, whatever. And they just, it's really hard to describe. They just don't have as much give. So these are softer. We'll find out once we moisturize it, because I will be doing that. Now these, they're pretty firm. The surface is similar to this. And these are fairly soft. You see how squishy that is? So that's kind of my feelings on it, is I feel like the Local King Rubber Stamps Magic Mushrooms are firmer. And so if you think about the motion that you do when you're blending, you're usually going in a circular motion. This thing is going to go, and this one is going to stay a little bit more stable. Does that make sense? So, Lisa recommends getting them damp. So I'm going to start with the Local King. Let's see, let me make sure I get them in the right containers. And the other difference is that these have a color on their little handle, but the handles are identical. So good ergonomics both ways. So I'm going to get my water sprayer, and I've got a clean rag here that I haven't used on anything. I know it doesn't look clean, but it is, I promise. And I'm just going to moisten this a little and give it a tap. Kind of get that moisture in there. And we're going to start by just blending. So I'm going to grab my frayed burlap and my weathered wood, and let me grab a corresponding, see, I don't know why I got the black one wet when I'm going to be using the blue one. All right, you don't want to saturate them, okay? You just kind of want to get them damp. All right, let's see. I want to blend here, okay? So let's see how it blends. And I feel like if you want to blend, though, you're going to want to hold it closer. Here, I'll show you. Let's get it good and wet here, good and saturated with ink. And it doesn't take long to pick up the ink. And you always start off your canvas and blend on. And look at that. Look at that. I mean, shut the front door. That's gorgeous. Okay, and then maybe I want to pounce a little too. Here's what happens when you pounce. But it's going to blend out. Now, again, to be fair, we're using Bristol Smooth, so it's really designed for this, in my mind. Okay, so I want to blend the two together. I'm just going to pounce that off right there. And we want to let them dry. Now, the other thing that I want to mention is, you see the real estate these things take up. They take up a mountain of space. So that's something to take into consideration depending on your craft area, because me, I'm overflowing. And so I'll have to store these away. Like, I can't really store them on my desk. There's just no room. Let's get this one a little damp, not too wet, because I don't want to introduce a bunch of water into my ink. And let's go. How did that become green? I haven't used this. What the heck happened there? I might have gotten green into my ink. That's weird. That's totally... That is frayed burlap. That's totally weird. I don't get it. How did that happen? We'll try it with the other blenders. I'm not sure what's happened here. I know frayed burlap isn't green, but that does some beautiful blending. I just wonder if my rag doesn't have green on it for some reason. Although it's clean, I just took it out. Let's go back in with the weathered wood. It's pretty. I mean, I'm not complaining about that, but I don't know why it's green. This is my first time using these ever, so. Okay. So I've got a little sheet over here that I'm putting, and while I look at that, so let's talk cost here. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I'm gonna get a different rag though, because I feel like I probably somehow have something on my rag. So weird. Okay, so the Local King rubber stamps, I purchased those for $39.99, and it was $6.99 shipping. I bought them on the 13th of March, and I received them on the 20th, so that's not bad. They're coming from Canada. The Picket French Studios I bought from scrapbook.com. You get 10 with the Local King. You get 9 with the Picket French Studios, $39.99 both. Shipping was $8.99. So there's that. And then the Lavinias were $20.70 for 8 of them. And shipping was, oh, $4.91. All right, let's get a different rag here, because I feel like, let me just, no, see, it's okay on the ink pad. Totally clean that off. Let's try it with the Picket Fence. So, these, they recommend dabbing them. Let me get my blue. They don't recommend wetting them. So do you think I should wet it? Yeah, Val, that's true. Yes, it does cost a lot to ship overseas or to a foreign country. That's right, Lisa. That's for sure. I know, because I ship things once in a while. Okay, I'm going to go in with the weathered wood, and these say you pounce. So let's pounce. And if I want to blend, I can still kind of grab it down low and blend. So they blend. You can blend with them. You can build up with them. Because remember I said these are a little bit softer. Okay, so now here comes the test. See what's wrong with my frayed burlap, if it doesn't like this type of material or what its story is. Yeah, it still kind of looks green. I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe it's a reaction to, maybe it's a reaction to the paper. See, either way, it looks green. All right. Yep, frayed burlap. Well, all right, so that's blending and daubing with this. I did not get it wet because it doesn't tell you to get it wet. So here's the two compared. I feel like I got a better dose of ink with the Magic Mushroom than I did with the Picket Fence Studio. All right, let's go Let's grab the Lavinia blenders. Yep, I'm going to do it as they say to do it. I'm not going to get it wet. All right, these are blenders. They're marketed as blenders. They're blenders. So let's blend with it. Doesn't say to get these wet. So not bad. Not the most comfortable thing to do. This you would have to build as well. And I'm just going to blend out till there's no color left on the blender, and then I'm going to dip it directly into the frayed burlap because I know I can. So I want to keep blending out until there's no more color left. It's the same way with the Lavinia stencil brushes. What the heck? So, oh, be right back. My TV came on by itself. How weird is that? I was watching the stand and I put it on pause and I guess it decided to do its own thing. Sorry. All right, gonna come in with the frayed burlap. Yeah, it's just probably sort of a greener looking color, which is fine. I like it. Okay. So this is just plain old ink blending. And I buy most of my Lavinia stuff from Del Bello's, in case you were curious. All right. Let's get the plain old makeup brush. Let's see how that one does. And you know what? Where did I put it? No, I'll do another one. Oh, here it is. So it's got a bigger surface. It doesn't grab as much ink. Not bad. You have to hold it pretty close here. I think I paid maybe $16 for 12 of them. Okay, I'm just going to keep blending that out until there's no color left on it. And, you know, I was watching Lisa's story of how she came up with the magic mushrooms, was, you know, thinking about makeup blending brushes and how they work. So, you know, it makes sense that these would work just as much. Will these pounce? Yep, they pounce too. Okay. Is it going to blend as well? Let me dab it off here a little and see. Okay. So there's your makeup brush, and my hand hurts. So there's that. There's the ergonomics of that. All right, so let's look at the ink blending comparisons here. We've got our, and I realize I didn't fill these in. We've got our Local King, and I probably could have gone another layer there. And our frayed burlap, which for some reason has decided to be green, with the magic mushrooms. And here with the Picket Fence Studios, let's get these colors going. It didn't blend as well together. And here with the Lavinia, and here with the cheap Amazon makeup brushes. Where would I store the makeup sponges? Yeah, sorry if I don't see your question. That's a good question. Where? That's a good point. I'm kind of haphazard when it comes to stuff like this. I store them wherever I can. All right, so let's do stencil now. So I have a brand new stencil. This is from Ranger. Lost scissors. A large binder clip. I see. Okay. Maybe so. That's a good idea. Still, I think, I mean, I have these things, but they, like if I'm holding this, you need to hold down close to here to really get, if you're holding up here, you're going to have too much wiggle and you're just going to work your wrist and not get anything done. All right. So let's choose more vivid colors too. And I'll choose 3 colors this time. Get these guys out of my way. Let's go with Salty Ocean. Let's go with Squeeze Lemonade. And let's go with Picked Raspberry as our colors. Okay, so we're going to start with the Local King rubber stamps again. And I'm going to dampen my sponge a bit. And I'm just doing that off camera so that I don't get water everywhere on my desk. All right. And I'm going to start and go in with the Salty Ocean. And it will rub around the stencil. But now this stencil, mind you, is, look at that. It goes really nice. This stencil is fairly smooth. If you've got something with a bunch of pointy edges and stuff like that, I would, like Nancy said, recommend using a brush versus using like these sponge things, just because you don't want the stencil ruining your tool, and you don't want the tool ruining your stencil. So then we'll go in with yellow. You can see I'm starting to gang up stuff here on my desk. Hi, Michelle. Starting Tuesday morning late. All right, so we'll go in here with the Squeeze Lemonade, and I'm wanting to blend it over to get a new color here. So look at that. The only thing is now I need to kind of dab off my sponge here before I go back into my Squeeze Lemonade. And I probably should have started lower. And that's normal, right? That's normal and expected, because we're blending one color over another. So clean it. And I'll show you, once you wipe them off, it's not going to transfer that color, that green color that's on there. Staying yellow, because that was the last color, the main color that I used. All right, let's get the pink. And I'm not worried about the stencil shifting because that's not the point here. Ziploc bag would work. I don't know. It's been so long since I actually wore makeup that I don't even remember how to store the makeup brushes. All right, coming in with the Picked Raspberry. And you notice I'm not rubbing really. I'm kind of just doing a circular motion. But here I want it to blend out, and I'm just giving a lighter hand, and it blends out lovely. Okay, we've got us a nice little rainbow polka dots going there. This was the Local King, putting them in their little slots there. All right. And then you want these to dry before you put them away into these things. Lisa does sell an acrylic thing to set them in, but I did not buy that because I couldn't find it. And that's probably just me. All right, let's do the picket fence. Let me wipe this stencil off a little. And we're going to do our blue. And since I'm doing Salty Ocean, I think, let me just wipe this off a bit. Pretty much, this is wobbly. You see how it's wobbly? I don't know if you can see that or not. And so I've got to keep my hands down low on it if I want to use a blendy motion. If I'm just pouncing, all I have to do is pounce. If I'm pouncing, I may need to do several layers. If I'm just giving a wiggle here, though, it's definitely different. It feels different in my hand, even though the shape of the tool is the same. Okay, and I'm not saying it's bad, it's just different, and that's my main thing is that I know that the original shape and material was about 3 years since Lisa brought those out. So these are very similar. Their little containers are similar, the way they're built is similar, but there's definitely differences. Okay, let's go in with the yellow. And I'm going to pounce over the blue. And it's not really picking up the blue ink when I pounce. A little bit. But if I want to rub, I've got to basically hold this. So what's the difference than holding one of these or one of these? But you can use it. That's not how they're advertised. They are advertised for this. And this works. You just may have to do a little bit more work. All right. Let's grab the pink. Ah, see, here's one I haven't used. Okay, good. I'm trying to get that fairly even on there. It doesn't really matter. Oh, thank you, Melissa. All right. Let's pounce. And, I mean, you can pounce Local Kings as well, so. Okay. Let's compare these two. So this is the Local King. This is the Picket Fetish Studios. And I have got fingerprints all over it, but that's okay because I'm probably going to get these wet and smear it all over later. What do I feel? I feel like I've got a little bit more crisp detail on this one than I do on this one. I don't know. What do you think? Hey, Nancy. You hardworking woman, you. All right, so now let's keep the contest going here. Let's get out the Lavinia sponges. The Lavinia blenders. These come 4 to attack. And I do use these with my Lavinia inks, by the way. All right. Nice and wet. And these I can rub. And I can pounce. In all fairness, the other one might not be as crisp because I'm not holding my stencil down with anything. Okay. And let's grab a yellow. And yep, if you use makeup tools, you do you. It's, you know, it's your budget, it's your craft room. You make decisions on how you want to spend your money. I know we do at Foiling Snobs Club support small companies. According to, we know that Local King Rubber Stamps is a small company. According to Picket Fence Studios website, they are also a small mom and pop company. I don't think Lavinia is, but it might be. I mean, she sells worldwide, but so does everybody else. All right, there's the Lavinia. Yeah, your fingers do get inky. And they were talking about, possibly like a large binder clip or something to hold it, and I don't have any large binder clips, but I feel, well, like this, for instance, I can't even really, I can kind of squish that in there. Let's see. Yeah. Am I going to go through all that trouble? Nope, I'm just going to get my fingers inky. That's that. All right, let's do the makeup sponge. All right, got these colorful ones. These are all from the same company, just some were orange and some weren't. The makeup sponges are larger than the Lavinia. Okay. Okay, we'll start out with our Salty Ocean. So you might not get your fingers as dirty. That definitely lays down nicely. Can I get a lighter hand? Yes, I can. Okay. Let's do our yellow. Oops. And these roll all over the place. That's one thing. I imagine everything's going to kind of roll, but yeah. They definitely want to roll. Okay. Get back where you were. I didn't get enough ink on here. Imagine after this I'm going to have to re-ink my oxides. Again, it's not recommended that you use these for both ink and oxide, any one of them. So there's that. Just wanted to pass that along once more. Okay, so now we've got our Local King rubber stamps, we've got our Picket Fence Studios, we've got our Lavinia, and we've got our makeup brushes. All right, last test. And I think I'll stick in the same color range. That way I don't have to get more things dirty. I have cut out some feathers. So I've cut out the delicate and the solid. Because the selling point, one of the selling points for these is the ability to do ink blend intricate dyes. So we'll go back to our Local King. And, oh, I don't know, can we do this? Of course we can. And I think I'll go. Okay. So you want to pounce on these. You don't really want to rub on them or they're going to, disintegrate on you. so they will pounce. And you can use a fairly light hand. Okay. Trying to keep everybody together here. That should have been turquoise. Well, that's okay. Not a big deal. Okay. There's our local king. Our pretty rainbow feather. Okay. Pick a fence. And we'll start blue at the bottom on this one, just to make them different. Oops, I want some blue at the top here. Now these are supposed to be dabbed. Can I move them around? Yeah. Do they blend? Yeah. Maybe a little too much. Come back in with that blue. A little bit lighter on that one. So here's the two compared. Let me bring over my whole dish. We definitely got a lighter application with the dabbing, so you would have to, you know, probably go over it more than once. You see what I'm getting at here? I'll have 4 cards by the time I'm done. Well, the reason, Nancy, the reason that I blend afterwards is because I don't have, you see, there's no white. The inside isn't white. If you ink blend and then cut, you're going to still have a white inside. Does that make sense? So I'll show you. I'll come back and do a comparison here, Nancy, since you're asking. And I did, I compared them with some that I hadn't used or gotten dirty. So here they are size-wise. The Pink Fresh is a little bigger and it's a little wobblier. This one's still wobbly and it needs to be a little wobbly, but this one is definitely, you see, I'm going to worry about that maybe tearing off. I don't know. The top foam here, I'll see if I can get the same. I'll use the same hand. See, the Local King rubber stamps are firmer. I'm giving the same pressure, and you can see these are firmer. So they're a little smaller. Of course, they're going to get a little bigger when you get them wet. You don't get these wet. At least not according to the manufacturer's website or Pink Fresh Studio. They're not, you don't get them wet. See, can you see? Hopefully you can see the difference there. Right, exactly, Nancy, like foil then die cut. All right, so let's get our Lavinia out. There's the yellow. Where'd the pink one go? Yeah, these will roll away from you and disappear. Here it is. All right. These. So yeah, when you're rubbing into this, you're getting down into those crevices. I'm pretty much dabbing with the Lavinia. And I am getting marks. But because because the stuff's kind of wiggling around on me for one, and I'm not really getting good even pressure. And I suspect I'm going to get the same result with the makeup brush. And this is kind of getting contaminated, so I'm losing yellow here. So I'm going to have to go to another side. So these hold ink more. I definitely don't have a real good blend right there. Okay. There's the Lavinia, and then we'll get our makeup brushes, and then we'll come to a conclusion here. Here we are thus far. And you know what? Let's be a little bit fair and kind of clean up there. A little bit. And that's lazy, is not cleaning up. Like, I'll probably walk away from here tonight, and that's all going to sit here until tomorrow morning. Oops, my DNA. Oh, Lisa, I had some of your dog's DNA in the package. Stuck to the tape. There's a little tiny hair. I got part of a dog. Oh my, where did the yellow one? Here's this. Where did the one go that I was using for yellow? Here it is, right in front of my eyes. Okay. Yeah, they're stiffer and more controlled. Exactly. Right, I need those acrylic cases. I do. When I was shopping for these, I saw them, but I couldn't actually find them, and that's user error. Or I misunderstood the website. I'm not sure, but I didn't get them. I plan to, though, because you know, I'm gonna have to wash these, because I'm gonna be I'm gonna have to wash these because I'm gonna plan on using these for ink and these for oxide, or vice versa. Don't know yet. All right, we're on makeup brush or makeup sponge. Let me start here and then pull back. Start down here and then pull up. I was really, really curious, though, to know the difference, if there was a difference, and there definitely is. They look similar, but their functionality, I don't believe, is, as far as usage goes. All right. And I may not have remembered to wet one of those, because there's a lot for my brain to remember. All right, so, I mean, we have similar results with everything. Yeah, they are great for mass production of cars. You're absolutely right, Val. And that's the thing is, so I owe out a couple of thank you cards. So these will be the beginnings of them. I'm not going to finish them tonight because I'm tired. I was awake all night last night, but I really, really wanted to just do this comparison for you guys. So that you can make it, you know, an informed decision on what you want to buy, how you want to spend your money, how you think you're going to be able to store all these. I mean, seriously, you see my desk, okay? I have to let all of these dry. All the ones I use, I have to leave out and let them dry. So one of those little acrylic stand things would be very, very helpful, because then I could at least put them all in one place and put them up somewhere where I don't knock them over. Yeah, they're pretty. I'll probably die cut some thank yous and do those in rainbows and call it a day, put it all together. But, and these, by the way, were from Altenew. I did not link anything down below, and the reason for that, again, is I am not trying to sell anything here. I purchased all these products with my money. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm not recommending one over the other. I'm just giving my opinion. So I hope that that helps out. And again, price point, you get one more with the Local King versus you get rainbow containers and rainbow handles. No handles for these, definitely no handles for these, but they work. I mean, you know, if you're just a beginning crafter starting out on a budget, Amazon, baby. Yeah, that is the same die that Nancy used. It is, I just got it because I copy everything she does. No, kidding. I'm kidding, but not. I can't find it. Where did I put it? It's an Altenew stencil. I know that much. Oh, this one here. Wispy Feathers. I did want to show you guys one thing. So speaking of stenciling, I know you guys watched Stamp Wars the other night, and we were working with the Ton stencil. And I know that a lot of you guys know that flowers and stuff is way out of my comfort zone. So I decided that I would try and go grunge with my the Ton stencil, and ended up with this. And I really like it. So now I want more stencils for backgrounds. Okay, so what questions do you have? Anything? Well, feel free to leave a comment down below. Please don't use the words magic mushrooms in the comments. You can go M mushrooms. I'll know what you're talking about. Poor Nancy has been bombarded with bots because, you know, the other kind of magic mushrooms. Thanks, Nancy. Yeah, I thought I'd do something, you know, more in my wheelhouse. You can go Magic M's. You can go Lisa's Local King rubber stamps. You can go Lisa's blenders, however you want. But it's a good likelihood that if you put those words together, I will edit them out. Thank you, Ginger. Yeah, this is my wheelhouse. This really isn't. That's okay. You know, we have to be able to, you know, stretch. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming. I really appreciate your time tonight, and hopefully you okay. Hopefully you have learned something tonight, or at least, you know, decided what you want to do, what you don't want to do. You know what? If you live in Canada, of course you're going to go with this option. But not just that, because these are, I think, more versatile than these. And that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good night.